I want to take a couple minutes in this video to talk about links and how we connect multiple web pages, because there's some things that are useful just to know going into actually doing some programming and some typing with links. So jumping into that, links are created with what we call the anchor tag, and that is an A, and then it closes with another A at the end. The destination is defined with an href part within the tag, and then you put some quotes, and then you put the link information in here. So what you'll end up seeing is a link will look like this: A, and then there'll be a space, href, which is just the reference, the hyperlink reference, and then whatever that link actually is, where you want it to go. Close it, whatever you want the link to be, like how, if it's going to be text, you'll have some text here. If it's going to be a picture, you'll have a picture here. It's whatever you want people to click on to follow the link. And then we close with the closing A tag. Links can be defined by a bunch of things, like in other words, what you can put into this href quotes. You can link to a URL to any web page on the internet. So you can, just copy paste that out of the browser, put that in, and you'll link to that page. You can use a relative web page on the same site. So at some point we'll talk about website hierarchy and kind of how all the pages are organized. And so you can say, like, go to the page above this one. So if you think about on my website that you use for the class, you see that you've got like units, and then under the units you've got all the individual lessons. There's a way for those links to say, okay, go to the unit, and it doesn't have to give the specific URL. It just says go to the web page that this is a child for. And then finally, you can go to defined points on the same web page. So we'll learn eventually that there's ways to define locations or points on your web page, give those specific labels, and then you can create a link to that. So you might have seen this before where, for example, on Wikipedia at the top, there's a bunch of links to the different sections, and if you click on it, it takes you somewhere else on that same web page. You haven't gone to a different web page. You're just following a link to a fixed location on that page. As I said, as you're doing the exercises, you'll learn how to do these things, but I wanted to give you just an outline of how links work so you have an idea going into that.